Peace. So, what I've been working on as of recently, the subject of existentialism vis-a-vis black folks, and that of course, led me to W.E.B. Du Bois and our spiritual strivings. The speaking of the double consciousness and all of that. I'm still working things out. I'm still, reading a lot of Du Bois and others for sure. But right now, Du Bois is the man right now. And I read another article by him, 1920, on being black. And he spoke of like the personal whiteness not even being a thing on the world stage until about the 18th or 19th centuries, 1800s. And some of my dealings coincided with that as well. I can't remember exactly what the timeline was, but nevertheless, the whole paradigm of racial classification comes from racist ideals in the first place. So that forces me to question and consider, how does one establish black existentialism within a racist paradigm in the first place? What if the whole paradigm has to be either destroyed, and if not destroyed, at very least ignored by those who are claiming to be oppressed by said paradigm? W.E.B. Du Bois was saying that the problem of the 20th century will be that of the color line. And, others saying such as, what does it feel like to be a problem? Well, these things still only exist within the racial and racist paradigm that was created by non-African peoples. So, if we look at the paradigm that has been created, that classifies human beings into these classifications of either white, black, yellow, or red, or I forget how they did the other one, like Mongolian, Ethiopian, Asiatic, or something like that, and European. I forget the other ones, but those paradigms and those classifications also come equipped with definitions that was created by those who created those classifications. And unfortunately, those people were racist in the fact that, of course, they're going to say Europe is right or white is right in that sense, and everything else is othered outside of that standard that was set. Now, the question is, we who are the others within that paradigm, will we choose to go along with the definitions that were set by the standards of these people's myopia, of the time? I would like to say no. Either now, this is where something like postmodernism kind of works for me. Is there is no standard definition, or definitions can be challenged based off of the perception of the person that is being othered within this framework. So either I redefine what it actually means to be black, I redefine what it means to be African, or toss aside that whole paradigm in and of itself and say, I am a man, and you deal with me as such. That's the crux of where I'm at right now. Because our African educational systems, pre-colonial, we didn't focus on color of skin or the amount of melanin content in one's skin or things like that. Our main thing was teaching the uprightness of character, judged by the content of your character rather than the color of one's skin, which gives a nod to the inner African wisdom of Dr. Martin Luther King, who said the same thing. But these were the natural ways in which that we always dealt with each other. So it wasn't until that we came in contact with this colonial form of information and framework that we started to put so much focus on the color of skin and the meanings of such. So at this point here, where I'm at right now, is re-examining the utility of Afrocentric knowledge. And I say that with caution because I get it. I understand what it means to put, the accomplishments and the things that we of African descent have done into the center and understanding that. But if the overall outcome or if the overall purpose of that is to combat against the Eurocentric, or again all of these quote centric things, again these classifications of human beings are based upon racist ideals in the first place. And I believe that one of the major tenets of racism is distraction. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with the act of trying to define oneself within under a vernacular umbrella that was created by racist ideals in the first place? Where, I forgot who said we can't use the master's tools to tear down, their house. And we say these things yet we still do these things. I don't know. Still working some things out with that. And I didn't want to necessarily yet write it out because other considerations that I'm doing is a librarian as information scientist, and then juxtaposing that with the musings that I'm wrestling with now. So yeah, we working it out.